Pride and Prejudice Anthology, Part 3, Constellation, Jenz. This brings me to my youngest, who is an old soul with a big heart and a gentle glow, like Beetlejuice. My Jenz loves cooking, her pets, her goats, and children. A girly gamer girl who takes the role as listener for her friends and some of her frenemies. Because she cares so much, they hurt her for it, and they have hurt her through the love of her sisters. After the eldest Rue graduated, the vindictive, closed-minded subverted our relief by targeting our youngest in revenge for her elder sister's asexuality, proving one doesn't need to have a boyfriend or girlfriend to be a confident, successful young woman, and her middle sister's passion for the LGBTQA community, especially after Mara was sent off campus to take college classes. In the last year of junior high and the first year of high school, the bullying became unbearable, and depressed, Jenny longed for death. She was the straight girl with the weird asexual sister and the loud LGBTQA advocate middle sister in a school population that pushed their parents' homophobic conservative values while bullying anyone different or different adjacent. Their parents, good church-going folk, and most of the teachers looked the other way when it came to their children's behavior and the bullying, saying, "Kids will be kids," or "They were just teasing and Jenz took it the wrong way." But there were two teachers with vendettas against her middle sister who targeted her with extra work and lost work as they had Mara. As her mother, I couldn't protect her when she was at school, and no matter how hard we tried to protect her from being cyberbullied too, we couldn't. By the end of her freshman first semester, Jen cried every day after getting home, raged about being taunted for standing up for her sisters' rights to be who they were. 3 girls, in particular, harassed her to show she was straight or lesbian in public demonstrations, and got others to join them, including Jen's elementary best friend. "Prove you're normal. Screw, insert boy's name here, he likes you. Or you're a lesbian like Mara. Kiss, insert girl's name here. If you don't, one or the other, then you're a weirdo like Rue." They couldn't harass Rue for being Aro Ace after she graduated, and no one dared face Mara's fierceness, so they stalked and harassed Jenz in the IRL and through cyberspace. Their hatred of anything non-cisgender folded back on itself to become slut-shaming, calling her whore, and even telling the elementary students she worked with as a teacher's aide for a child development credit that she had venereal diseases from working as a stripper and prostitute on the weekends. It was ridiculous, but a few believed and even told their parents, which made for some interesting phone calls. Jenz screamed her innocence one day in class, then raged that it wasn't fair for her to be punished when they provoked her with their lies. My youngest star began collapsing in on herself, refusing to talk to anyone, including us. Changing schools during the second half of her freshman year didn't stop the harassment. They changed the lies and claimed that she left because she was pregnant. I don't know how any could believe it, seeing her visiting her few friends at basketball games with her flat stomach and skinny legs. Jenz always wore flare leg leggings or skinny jeans. No hiding a baby bump in those. But some thought she managed to have a baby between the last March basketball game before COVID and her sister's graduation in June. Bullying gay and lesbian kids has gone on for decades. I saw it and defended my own high school friends from it. I never knew that bullying an LGBTQA's sibling and ally to the point of suicide was a thing until Jenz went through it. The haters know they will get in serious trouble for bullying the gay kid, but targeting the straight friend or sibling barely gets a note in their disciplinary record. Cyberbullying is socially frowned upon, but often an overlooked behavior. Yet, when confronting the parents of those harassing my daughters, I was often blown off for overreacting. Blocking them from Jen's social media apps didn't stop it. Having a boyfriend for a time didn't stop it. When COVID came, she got some relief during quarantine because everyone was too busy struggling with online school to continue. But by then, my sweet baby girl had become an angry, vicious teenager who hated all of us as much as she hated herself and them. Like the heart of a collapsed star hidden in the aftermath of a supernova, she hid within a violent shell of molten plasma words and cold, frigid rage, burning anyone who dared to get too close or tried to reach her. Jenz wanted to die. She told us this every day. Her safe word is windflower, after the lore of the anemone, the flower that closes its petals around its heart when the storm comes. I hope the storm passes soon so her heart can open again. Therapy helps, but there are still bad days. After quarantine and the summer away, she went back to her old school for her sophomore year. Jenz refuses to date anyone from the place where she was bullied, taunted, and mocked, the place where she and her sisters were disparaged. Prove you're not like your sisters. Who are you going to date? I don't have to. Whether I'm am or I'm not, it's none of your fucking business, and I'm not dating anyone here. That's been the weekly argument for an entire year. Jen tells everyone the hard truths and doesn't hold back anymore. She has become fiercer than her sisters. She hates the place filled with the younger siblings of the people who tormented her eldest sister and provoked her middle sister, but she chose to return for the college credit classes. She has become colder than space itself, with a hard hatefulness on the outside when dealing with most of them. But she still cares. She is following her middle sister's path by advocating among the student body for an end to racism, homophobia, and abusive patriarchy, things that have resurged in our community in the last few years. She fights for her friends and tries to get the kids around her to accept that they don't have to let their boyfriends or girlfriends treat them poorly, that they don't have to sext with someone to earn their love. She reassures others they don't have to date if they aren't ready, and that not being ready ever is fine too. She fights the depression she suffers from being bullied to stand up for others, because some can't or don't fight for themselves. She volunteers to be the point of last contact for those who feel as suicidal as she does. It has earned her more hate from those who resent her. But she does it all for those who choose to declare their true selves rather than hiding behind the mask so often forced upon them in the Christian Minecraft server. Here and beyond our community through her online gaming connections. Vehemently defending and caring for others, whether the flag she carries for them is for autism, LGBTQA, depression, or suicide. Prevention. She tells them all they are not alone. They have an ally. Like the nebula, beautiful and violent, she would just as soon tell some to F off as gently ask others how their day was, with sincere concern. Some days she comes home in a good mood. Some days she comes home and rages or calls her therapist. Some days she comes home and goes straight out to her target range with her Korean dragon bow and arrows to shoot out her frustration, or logs into her gaming system to kill NPCs and bots. Her favorite in-game saying is "I have big dick energy" after she shows up the guys in her squad, which is her generation's way of saying she's tougher than everything trying to kill her, that she will kill them in-game and emote over their corpses, especially in Fortnite or GTA. She is a sweat with long manicured nails, cat eye makeup, and 3 feet of dark brown hair. She is as beautiful as she is dangerous on the battlefield, whether in-game or in the real world. And as her mother, I worry for her, because she will never stop defending her sisters or herself or her friends or anyone she sees oppressed. She won't bend from her principles, and that makes her a target for those who embrace the ease of hate over the work of love. As my grandfather used to say, Jen's heart burns, warm and hidden, inside clouds of burning plasma and violent vapors, in the frigidness of space. She protects it as the darkness of hatred and intolerance swirls around her. Her light is dimmed, but she is still a star. I have 3 vastly different daughters, as different as the stars in the sky, an autistic, aromantic, asexual, an extrovert, monogamous, bisexual, and a cisgender gamer girl. They share the constellation of our family, and I am proud of how bright they shine. I am their mother, and I love the constellation of my little stars. The End, Part 3, Constellation, Jenz. Thank you for listening, and have a lovely day.